Hello everybody, boys and girls, children of all ages. Eli the Barber coming right at ya, talking to you about this Supra ZR-2 from Andis. It happens to be a detachable clipper. Pros and cons. I'm gonna throw it all at you so you can eventually decide whether it is good for you or not. And here we go. The 5x0, as you can see, is not here, but I will show it to you in a picture. It's more like a trimmer type, all right? The 000, which is the 0.5 millimeters, will give you a cut like if it was the 0 from the clipper, okay? Close guard, close 0, okay? Now the 2.4 millimeters, 2.4 right here, it has a 1. You can see it right there. For detachable, it's a 1, but for when it comes to measurement, the 1 gives you a 2.4 millimeters, which is like 0.5. That's all it is. So the 1.5, 4 millimeters, is more like a 1.5, very close to 1.5. It's just having a 1, all right? Right there, you got yourself a 1. The 1 gives you 3 millimeters, but from 1 to 1.5, you are increasing from 3 to 4 millimeters. You'll be surprised how close half number or even one whole number it is. That's why to see a difference, you gotta jump a whole number from 1 to 3 or from 3 to 5 so you can see a difference. All right, so when people tell me, oh, give me a 1 and a 2, I'm like, would you like a 1 and a 3 so you can see some difference? But anyways, let's not deviate. So that's done with the 1.5. Now the 2 says right here 6.3 millimeters. It's like it's higher than 1.5, but lower than 2. A 2 gives you, let's see if you can see it right here. A 2 gives you a 6 millimeters. All right, you cannot see it. Very hard to see it, but it says 6 millimeters. All right, that's what a 2 is. Quarter of an inch, pretty much it. All right, and 6.3 should be higher than 6, but the reality is it was cutting lower than 2, but higher than 1.5. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. All right, if you're a barber and you've been using clippers for a long time, you know what I'm saying. All right, so it just keeps going on and on. All right, so that way you know how to use the detachable. Should you get one or not? That's for you to decide. Well, as you can see, number 2 is 6.3 millimeters. Is equivalent to a number 2, but a number 2 tells you that is 6 millimeters. All right, sorry, I go by 1, 2, 3, 4, but when it comes to millimeters, it's more specified. And so we're going from 6 to 6.3 millimeters. So we have a difference of 0.3. I'm gonna say that's close to 2.5, not 2.5 yet. I mean, it's very hard to tell the difference. But when I did a 2 on one of my clients that usually gets a 2 on top, it was looking shorter, even though this is 0.3 millimeters longer than the regular 2. So that kind of left me thinking. And 4 millimeters, 1.5. Just so you know, the Supra ZR-2 comes with a 000, okay, right there, 0.5, and 0, 2.4, okay, very close to 1, but not yet, and 1.5. It comes with these 3. All right, this one I got it separate. Number 2, I got it separate. So 1.5, 4 millimeters. It's, I'm gonna say, yeah, 1.5. This 1.5 is pretty much a 1.5 from the regular clipper. All right. The only thing I don't like from the detachable is that it doesn't have the this handle right here that helps you fade. It takes you from open guard or half guard to all the way closed or 0. Same thing with the number 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, like that. And that's the only disadvantage with the detachable Supra ZR-2. Okay. One thing I like is that you pass it less than the regular clipper. Okay, I use senior, and the only thing that I like from the Supra ZR-2 is that it's good to go in bulk, and it's good to get rid of the hairs that are sticking out from the beard, or I feel like he does a better job than the senior when it comes to getting rid of the hairs that are sticking out, and when it comes to going through bulk. All right. But when it comes to fading, you are back with the senior. So you are kind of limited with the Supra ZR-2. Very limited. You can only do those two things, just going through bulk and the hair sticking out, but not fading. All right, I don't recommend it for fading. Neither for taper. Well, taper is like fading too. I don't think it's worth $300 or $250 or not even $200. If that's all you can do with detachable, then you shouldn't pay no more than $150 for a detachable, if that's the case. But everyone is entitled for their own opinion. At the end, it's good to have it just for one thing here and there, but it's not a general round, all-around clipper like the senior. All right, just something for you to think about before you make a decision. It's a lot of money. I feel like it's too much money, only because you're limited and you can't do everything. If it would bring, if the Supra would have come with the handle to go from half guard to full guard, then okay, fine, $300. Yeah, I'll give it to you. You know, because all the clippers, all the attachments are made out of metal, and you can get the 3, the 4, the 5, you know, separate, no problem. They're gonna cost about each of these attachments, they go for like $30 to $50 each because they're made out of metal, not plastic. So the measurements are pretty tricky. If you're a barber that's been using Keeper for a long time, it's gonna take you a minute to get used to the way the detachable works, because it's a kind of a different type. Okay, the way things work. So the 5x0, as you can see, on the 3.5 is 9.5 millimeters. The 3 from the regular clipper is 10 millimeters. So on the attachment, it will be a higher than 2.5 but lower than 3. You do the math. All right. It's very close to 3, just a little bit shorter, but we're talking about millimeters, so you can't tell the difference too much when it comes to the 3.5. I just think it should be called 3 instead of 3.5. And on the 2, like I told you, happens to be a higher 1.5, lower 2 on the regular clipper. Even though it says 6.3, it feels more like a 5.5. I'm not critiquing cruise-hiding the Supra ZR-2. Like I said, it's a good detachable clipper to go on bulk and to get rid of hair sticking out from the beard. If you're doing a afro and you want to get rid of all that hair sticking out, detachable is the way to go. But if you're trying to find the best fading clipper out there, so far, I'm gonna have to say the senior is very good when it comes to fading, when it comes to taping. Hey, you know, I don't think this clipper is worth $300 or $380. I seen people selling it for $600. Unbelievable. I don't think it's worth not even $150. The most $130, only because you're limited. Anyways, I'm not repeating myself anymore. You already know what to do. Leave a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, y like the barber coming right at ya. God bless you all. Thank you.